Alright, this next question, it's on the second page. What is the length of the shaded bar? I just kind of transferred the picture over here. That line below is basically just showing you how long that diagram is. So, this diagram up here has a length of 5. Alright, and the diagram up top is actually divided into 3 sections. 2 of them are shaded. So, sorry. Alright, I'm looking at 2/3 of a diagram that's 5 units long. 2/3 of 5, which we know of means multiply. And we know that 5 should be put over 1. There's nothing to cross cancel. So I multiply straight across. I get 10 over 3, or 10 divided by 3, which 10 divided by 3 will be 3, with the remainder of 1, and the denominator stays the same. Alright, thing to just look out for there, which confuses a lot of kids, is that that line down there is just showing how long that diagram is. I have a diagram that's 5 units long. I want to know 2/3 of the 5. Alright, next question says, show which expressions equal 2/3 times 8. Alright, in order to figure this out, alright, we first need to figure out what 2/3 times 8 is, which we know, put 8 over 1. There's nothing I could cross cancel. When I do the multiplication, sorry, I'm drifting away again. You know, I get 16 over 3. Alright, there's no need to turn this into a mixed number. I would keep it 16 over 3. And you'll see why in a second. Alright, so my first expression they give me is 2 times 8 divided by 3 in parentheses. Alright, the reason I told you to keep your original improper fraction here is because they're not actually asking us to solve anything. They just want us to recognize that a fraction means divide. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take 8 divided by 3 and write it as a fraction. Answer. Alright, because 8 divided by 3 is the same thing as 8/3. Alright, now, after following order of operations, 2 times 8/3, 2 over 1, can't cross cancel anything, 2 times 8 is 16, 1 times 3 is 3, I get 16 over 3, so my first example matches the second example. Alright, fractions and divisions are the same thing. 8 divided by 3 is essentially 8/3. I don't need to divide it out. I'm going to get a decimal number, mixed number. Alright, just keep it simple. Alright, look at the second option here. Alright, remember, order of operations requires me to do the parentheses first. 3 times 8 is 24. So I'll be left with 2 divided by 24, which 2 divided by 24 is a fraction. This is 2 over 24, which, I mean, at this point you could tell just by looking at it, you know, without simplifying, that it's not going to be the same thing as 16/3. Alright, let's just hop right over to our third example here, which is 2 times 8 in parentheses divided by 3. Alright, 2 times 8, 16, because it's inside the parentheses. Then do my division. 16 divided by 3 would be 16/3. Alright, same thing. Not necessarily to divide it out. All I have to do is recognize that these two expressions are the same thing. Alright, and my final example, 2 times 8/3. Alright, I'm just going to write out right here. Oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. 2 times 8/3. Alright, remember we want to put 2 over 1. Multiply straight across. This one's pretty easy to see. 2 times 8 is 16. 1 times 3 is 3, 16/3. So, looking at this one, our first example, our third example, and our fourth example, all were equal to the expression above. And we were able to show it just using a fraction to represent the division. Alright, now to the last two questions on the second page. Write the expressions. Alright, when we write expressions, we're looking for math words. Alright, so the first one, 1/2 the difference of 7 and 3. The word difference means subtract, but not only does it mean subtract, it means the answer to a subtraction problem. Therefore, you would have to do the subtraction first. So the difference of 7 and 3, alright, would need to be inside parentheses, alright, to show that, hey, that subtraction needs to be solved first because I need that answer. If I'm looking for 1/2 of that difference, well, 1/2 of that difference would be multiplication. So 1/2 the difference of 7 and 3. Alright, my second expression I need to write 8 times the quotient of 3 and 5. Once again, I'm looking for that math word. That math word is quotient. Quotient, just like difference, is asking for an answer. Alright, quotient would be the answer to a division problem. Now, I'm not going to want to divide out 3 and 5, just because that's going to give me a very small decimal number. So we're just going to write the quotient of 3 and 5, or 3 divided by 5, as a fraction. Alright. I want 8 times that amount, so times 8. Alright. Simple.